Okay, welcome to episode 5, I believe, of the Mustang rebuild project, in which I redo the work that I did on my first Mustang that I sold like an idiot during the pandemic. So in the last episode, we installed an intercooler, we installed a crossover tube, we did the hot side, cold side, and we also did a turbo smart diverter to replace the stock one, which I think was actually leaking. All of that took a long time. It is plus 30. I am sunburnt and terrible. And so yeah, today what we're going to do, at the very least, and I may split this up, we're going to install some new fog lights up front, just the bulbs. We're going to install the bumper again. We're going to install an oil separator. We're going to do a set of plugs. I prefer these. They've been good on every vehicle. I hate LEDs because they have a shimmer to them, especially the poorly built ones. These are not VFD. They do not have a pulse width modulation issue. They are constantly on because they're analog. In my opinion, LEDs should be utterly illegal unless they're OEM, because all these aftermarket producers make shit LEDs. Whereas these, again, are completely analog. They're halogen. They're always on 100%. There's no shimmer, there's no flicker, there's none of that nonsense. And that's why I like them. Oh, no. God damn it. Fuck. Where the fuck is it? Oh shit. Come here. I have a feeling this is not going to be very visually appealing, but here's what we're going to be doing. This is a J&L Oil Separator. So the Ecoboost Mustang, like many other modern turbocharged engines, is direct injected. So the fuel spray, if you're not familiar, usually cleans the backside of the valves from carbon and oil transfer and things like that. But because we're direct injected, the intake valves don't get that wash job every time the engine runs. So what happens is, over time, oil will start to cake and carbon will start to cake on those valves. And what this oil separator does is it steps in between the positive crankcase ventilation and separates out any physical oil that's in those vapors, or at least as much as possible, to prevent it from caking onto the intake valves. Now, this install involves growing an extra elbow and fucking around pretty hardcore, because you've got to kind of get underneath the intake manifold and then grow another elbow and then hit a little switch and see if she giggles. Well, back on jacks. Because the only way to access the PCV connections is to get the car in the air, grow an extra elbow, and then go in from underneath. You cannot do it from the top side. So there we are. All that effort for one 6-inch piece of hose. Oh. Well, that wasn't very righteous at all. I am bleeding more from this than the entire intercooler and charge pipe install that we did last episode. But it's done. Okay, so now we have a little bit of fun. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a spark plug, and we're going to see if we need to replace them. My guess is this thing only has 30,000 or 38,000 kilometers on it. The spark plugs are probably fine, but it might be a function of hard driving. I'm sure this thing was driven very hard. So I'm going to try and pull a plug, and we're going to see what happens with that. Okay, so I think we're just going to do the most easily accessible plug. That'll be number 2 from the front. Up we come. Ooh. Looking like we might have to do those plugs anyway. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, in. Of course not. But I can grab you. Look at that. Come here, honey. Let's see how you're doing. Okay. Well, I think we know what we need to do. Look at these ugly things. Focus. Come on. You can do it. There we go. I think these are toast. So, yeah, regrettably, I'm going to have to pull all the plugs. If I didn't know better, I'd say this car was a rollback. I'm having trouble articulating why I feel that way, but just some of the wear doesn't add up. You're telling me that a car that has less than 40,000 K on it in 8 years has plugs that look like this? That seems highly unlikely. Gonna focus? Of course you will. I don't know, man. Well, no matter. The bank thinks it's got that much K, and I guess I should too. Alright, there's our winners or losers, depending on how you look at it. So we'll get the new one set up and installed, and we'll go from there. Now I believe these will need to be gapped, so we'll go ahead and take care of that too. Okay, here goes nothing. Cool. So I think the best thing at this point to do, now that we've done the oil separator, we've done the plugs, we're going to start it up, check, make sure there's no misses or weird check engine lights and whatnot, and then we'll end this episode. Thanks for sticking around. Well, all right. So what I've noticed now, it revs more freely. It doesn't have that weird hesitation just getting onto boost, which may be the charge pipes, we don't know. But I'm pretty sure changing the spark plugs was the right decision. It only took another 10 minutes and it cost an extra 20 bucks. So if you get one of these that's new to you, but it has some miles on it, take the half hour, spend the 20 bucks and just do it. It's simple preventative maintenance. So I think that's going to do it for today. So thanks for watching. If you liked it, feel free to subscribe, feel free to like, feel free to laugh at me in the comments. As usual, I do this for me, but you're welcome to come along. Thank you.